With all of the crazy things going on in today's world, I think that it has truly made us a little testing our patience and our faith, if that makes sense. Testing our patience and faith to see if we really believe that we are who we say we are, that we are the creators of our life, that we are whatever we say we are. I think this time in this world is going to show us if we really are who we say we are. So, a quick story time. About a month or two ago, I believe it was 2 months ago, I was speaking with an associate of mine, and she was kind of describing how she was very fearful about the things that were happening in the world, that she was just, and then she asked me about my business and asked me, like, was I afraid of, how things were going in the world, and what would I do if, I started to lose money, or I couldn't work or couldn't support myself within my business. And in the moment, I didn't have anything for her. I was just like, I'm not thinking about that, because that's just not what, I think about on a day-to-day basis. I don't typically think about things like that. I'm just always looking at what I want, and not what I don't want. But the funny thing was, I think this was a test, because I also had some of my clients talking about the things that they were fearful of, the things that they were afraid of. And what I noticed during this time, this went on for about a week, I started questioning certain manifestations that I have. I started questioning if I was going to be able to do certain things, if I'm going to be able to, keep up with my clients. If my clients will come to me just because of everything going on in the world. Are they still going to get their services from me? Are they still going to do this? Am I going to have enough money to do this and do that? And what I realized was, I started backtracking on my manifestations, and then I noticed the money started to slow down a little bit. So everything that I feared that would happen had started happening, because I started listening and internalizing what was happening and what was being projected onto me. And it led me to start backtracking. And I mean, things started backtracking to where, like, I was feeling a little depressed. Like, I did not want to get out of bed. I did not want to go to work. I started slacking a little bit on the way that I was showing up for certain things. So for me, it was just very hard to kind of get out of that. But what I realized was, I was able to kind of bring myself out of it, and I was definitely able to bring myself out of it and in turn end up making more money. But how I did that was, I just kind of took some time to just regulate myself, to kind of ground myself, and to get back into doing those things that feel good. So yes, at that time, like, I wasn't making a lot of money, because I kind of paused on taking a lot of the clients and focused on pouring back into myself, starting this channel, and kind of just expressing myself and allowing myself to start talking about the things that I want to talk about, and to just get these thoughts out in a way that will help me feel better, especially when it helps other people, but also for me not to keep it suppressed. So that's what I've been doing during this time. And now my money has gone back up, and it's steadily going up. My influence is now reaching on from my business pages. Like, I'm just putting myself out there more. I just got back into my creative space, and I stopped listening to what other people were saying. And I noticed that it started changing, because I did the one thing that, when you are used to manifesting your reality, what you don't do, and that is assuming that you have to assume. And what you'll realize once you learn how to manifest your reality, or if you have manifested your reality, you realize that you just don't think like everybody else. And you have to realize that it's okay to not think like anyone else, and to think for yourself, and to do the things that you love, and only think about what you want and what you don't want, because the moment you start thinking about what you don't want and giving power to that, that's when you start backtracking on your manifestation. But you can be able to catch yourself and pull yourself back up by doing the things like grounding yourself, going back to your safe space, going to do the things, getting creative, doing the things that you truly enjoy, putting yourself out there and getting your thoughts out, talking these things out, and you'll see that you'll start to turn things back around. So you just want to put your focus back on the things that make sense to you, and don't worry about anybody else's projection. 9 times out of 10, a lot of people don't believe that they have more power over the things that are happening in their lives. And yes, of course, things are going to happen in life, but just know that you can respond to them in a way where you place the meaning on it. So what I also did was I started placing the meaning on it. Once I seen my money was backtracking, I was able to place the meaning on it and say, this is happening because I need to see what it's like to backtrack in your manifestation, and now I can pull myself out of it. But I could have also placed a meaning on it that said, oh my gosh, they're right, I'm not worth it, I don't know what I'm gonna do, and then my reality would have played out in that fashion. So what I've learned is you get to decide, you get to place the meaning on what you feel like it's worth, or what you feel like is happening in order for you to move forward to your manifestation. So you guys, I really hope that that helps you. I really hope that that makes sense to you, and just know that you have a little bit more power than you think you do as far as your mindset. All right, so I hope you guys have a good one. Bye.